What if I told you that there's an automation that turns long-form YouTube videos into multiple YouTube shorts, complete with captions and aspect ratio to boot? In this video, we're going to show you step-by-step how to build this simple automation in Make.com that takes videos from YouTube channels, turns them into YouTube shorts, and schedules these shorts to go out every single day. Stick around to the end of this video if you want to get this workflow as a template. So the first thing you're going to do in your Make scenario is add the RSS feed module, and you're going to want to use the Watch RSS feed items action. Over here in the URL field, you're going to add the YouTube channel's RS feed and the channel ID. To get a channel ID, head over to the YouTube page of your choice and click on the More option. You're going to get the full description and stat of the channel. Once you see this, scroll down to the Share Channel button and click on the Copy Channel ID option. Do that, and you'll have your channel ID copied to your clipboard. Back in Make, we're going to add the feed URL, which is going to be https://www.youtube.com/feed/videos.xml. Add a question mark. Then channel _ID equals to, and then you'll paste the channel ID you've just copied. Once you've done that, we're going to select when we want this module to draw its feed from. We want it to draw its feed from posts since March. Seems we've got an error here. Let's try this again. It seems that our error was caused by a mistake in our URL. Feed is plural. Let's run this module again. This time, our module is working just fine. Let's move on to the next step. The next thing we're going to do is add the HTTP module to our scenario. We're going to be making an API call, so we're going to use the Make a Request action. So we're going to be using WayinVideo for our automation, which is this awesome AI video clipper. It'll detect highlights in a video and turn it into clip-worthy short videos. It's free to sign up, and you can get an API key at a really affordable rate. Back over in our HTTP module, we're going to pick our authentication type, which is going to be an API key. We already have our WayinVideo API credentials, so we're just going to add that to our HTTP module, and head back over to WayinVideo's API doc to get our URL. Now, because we want to auto-clip our long-form videos, we're going to use the AI Clipping API. We'll scroll down and copy the URL to the Submit Clipping Task endpoint and paste it in Make. According to the API doc, our call method is going to be a post call. Now for our request body. WayinVideo has got a lot of parameters we'll need for our API call. Some of these are required, like the video URL parameter. And while a lot of these parameters are optional, we highly recommend you go through each and every one of them to find which one fits your use case. Right now, we're looking at an example request, showing us exactly what our API call should look like. And we can see here that we're supposed to add a content type header. So we'll go back over to Make and do just that. By the way, for most API calls like these, our content type value is going to be application/JSON. After that, we're going to pick our body content type to be application/JSON. Our body input method is going to be a JSON string. And what we're going to do is copy the JSON in the example request in WayinVideo's API doc and paste it here as our body request. For our video URL parameter, we're going to switch the URL in the example request with the YouTube video URL from our RSS feed. We're not going to change the other parameters because, for the most part, they're kind of giving us what we want already. The aspect ratio is perfect. Exports are enabled. Captions are enabled. And even the video resolution and duration are perfect. So we're going to leave all of this unchanged. Let's save our scenario and run once. We got an error. But it seems the problem stems from the JSON request body we copied. We'd accidentally left out a comma to close out our first line. Let's fix that and try again. The fix worked, and our API request has been a success. And if we check our output, we'll find that our response includes an ID and the status of our video. We're going to need those for later. Let's move on to our next step. The next thing we're going to do is add another HTTP module to our scenario. We're doing this because we're going to make another API call to WayinVideo. If we head back over to our API doc, we're going to use the getClippingResults endpoint to get the result of our prior API call. This is how we're going to get our clip video shorts. For this call, we only need one parameter, which is our video ID. And if you take a look at our URL endpoint, you'll see that we'll need to add our ID at the end of our endpoint. So we're going to head back over to our make scenario, add our authentication type and our credentials, and paste the URL endpoint before mapping the ID from our prior API response to the end of our endpoint. Our call method is going to be a getResponse. And we'll wrap things up by adding our content type to our header. Remember, the value of our content type is application/JSON. So right now, this part of the automation looks pretty straightforward. We get a video from an RSS feed, we clip the video, and we get the clipping result. There's actually a bit of a problem we still have. WayinVideo takes at least 3 minutes to process our videos. So if we ran our scenario right now, we'll get a positive response. But if we checked our output, we'll find that our clip section is completely empty, meaning we don't have any shortened video clips yet. And if we head back over to our WayinVideo dashboard, we'll see that our video clips are still being processed. This could take 2 to 5 minutes depending on your video length. So we're going to go back to Make and add a Tools module in between both of our HTTP modules. And we'll be using the sleep function. With the sleep function, we can add a delay in between steps in our workflow. In our case, we're going to delay the scenario after we clip our videos, but before we get the results, allowing WayinVideo to fully process our video during the delay. We're going to add a 240-second delay to our workflow, which is 4 minutes. Now, if we run our scenario, we'll see that this time our getClipping API is returning our process clips from WayinVideo. It's really important that you add this delay when you're building your scenario. Otherwise, your workflow is going to stop dead in its tracks when it keeps getting an empty value. Now that we've done that, we can move on to our next step. Right now, our workflow successfully takes YouTube videos from our channel and turns them into YouTube Shorts. And while that's good, that's far from enough. After all, we need to be able to post these shorts back to our YouTube channel and do it every day. So for our next steps, we're going to schedule our shorts to go out to our YouTube channel every day. And we'll start by adding a flow control module to our scenario and using the iterator function. With the iterator module, we're going to take an array, which in our case is a list of clips generated from our videos, and turn each one into a single bundle for the rest of our scenario, allowing us to process each one individually throughout the rest of our scenario. Next, we're going to download each and every short clip we've generated. To do that, we'll add a third HTTP module to our scenario, but this time we're going to use the download a file action to download our videos using their export URL. All we're doing here is mapping the export link from our clips. No further setup is required. So right now, we're going to set up the parts of our workflow that will allow us to schedule all of our clips to our YouTube channel. To do that, we're going to use PostPulse, a social media content platform that uses AI and powerful integrations to organize your content strategy and social media accounts. It's got a generous free plan and affordable paid plan that's perfect for small creators and agencies. In Make, we're going to add the PostPulse module, and we're going to use the upload a file action. The file we'll be uploading is our downloaded short clips. And the reason we're uploading these clips to PostPulse is because we're going to receive a path ID unique to each clip, and we're going to need that in order to schedule our short clips to YouTube. Lastly, we're going to add another PostPulse module to our scenario, but this time we're going to use the create a post action. In our schedule time field, you're going to want to head over to the date and time section of our toolbar, and you're going to use the add days function. This is a native make function that adds an extra day to whatever our selected date is. So for our scenario, we're going to set up to add an extra day to our current time, meaning every time our automation runs, we're scheduling our short clips for the day ahead. After that, we're going to pick our social media account, which right now is going to be YouTube. Next, we're going to add a video title and a content description. Luckily for us, WayinVideo generates video titles and content descriptions for each clip it creates, so we're going to map those to their respective fields. And finally, we're going to map out our attachment path, which is our video file. We're going to do a last-minute check here, and then we're going to run our scenario. So our automation worked fine everywhere else, but we ran into an error in our final PostPulse module. Looking back, the error was a result of us accidentally mapping our downloaded file from our HTTP module and not using the path ID from our other PostPulse module. So we're going to fix that and try again. Now we're talking. Everything's firing on all cylinders, and our scenario has been a success. So when we hop over to our PostPulse dashboard, we'll find that we've created several short clips from a single YouTube video. And if we tune in on our posting date, we'll find that each one of our scheduled short clips has been posted to our YouTube channel successfully. And if we hopped over to our YouTube channel, we'll be able to see our newly created and posted YouTube shorts, complete with the proper aspect ratio and easy to follow captions. And that is how you turn a single YouTube video into multiple YouTube shorts. So what are you waiting for? Comment YouTube to YouTube shorts and you'll get this workflow as a template. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.